Apparently, the word has come out that Jared is a docking station snob. He loves them, he likes them, he hates them. There's just some that taste good and some that taste bad. And so today we're going to talk about one that tastes good, and that is the Fusion Dock Pro 1 Plus. Who names these? Well, it's iVANKY, and you might know iVANKY because, well, I reviewed an iVANKY docking station before, which I actually use now full time, and I love it. So the people over at iVANKY sent me this docking station to review. There's something special about this one over any other one. First of all, it's less expensive than their premier one that I'm using, but it does feature something a little bit more, and that is more docking for your 4K monitors. You want me to throw the box before we unbox it? You want me? You sure? You sure? It's on. So right after I threw that at the wall, I heard my wife say, "What was that?" I am in big trouble, but not by iVANKY because this was already unboxed. I just throw this thing randomly and it makes that noise. It's a loud box. Right now, we are going to unbox the iVANKY docking station that specializes specifically with 3 4K monitors at 60 hertz, which is really nice, especially for those of you snobs like myself who like multiple monitors. But honestly, I have a 48-inch OLED at 120 hertz directly into my computer, my Mac M2 Max, and yeah, I can't complain. It's pretty nice. But we're going to unbox it. I'm going to compare it actually to a few other docking stations and see which one is best for your Mac. This is the CalDigit 4 TS4, I think. I don't remember these names. I don't use a script usually. This is just all improv. And this is the Hitachi Thunderbolt. I reviewed this one on the channel as well. And stick around to the end because all of these docking stations, and including the one that I'm going to be reviewing today, is not going to stay in the hands of Jared. So I'm going to show you how you can actually get a really big discount on these. I'm going to be taking off about $50 to $100 per one. And I will tell you how you can reach out to me directly if you're interested in these docking stations. Nothing's wrong with them. They work perfectly. But I will tell you at the end of the video which ones are best for which scenario and how you can reach out to me directly if you're interested in purchasing. And it's going to be one of those things, first come, first serve. And I try to be diplomatic about it. All right, we're going to unbox it. I'm going to tell you my experience over the last several weeks with it and which one out of all the docking stations that I've used over the last 2 years with my MacBook Pro M2 Max, it's a lot, that I do recommend. This is the iVANKY Fusion Dock Pro Plus. Now, I have the iVANKY bigger one. We've done that review. You can check it out in the description below. That was a great one that I do enjoy, and I still have it. It is a bigger one. But the Fusion Dock Pro Plus is more focused with multiple monitors. And so we've seen reviews like this before by this guy right here. And I like these docks, but for me, I'm not always using multiple monitors, but for you, you might. I'm using a 48-inch OLED and then with my MacBook, but you can actually get up to 60 hertz on multiple with HDMI. It's 2.0. I can't wait until they actually implement a HDMI 2.1 with 120 hertz. Then I will be even more excited. But this has the micro SD, regular SD in it, and you've got a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port as well. So thank you, iVANKY, for sending this over to me. Again, they did not pay me to make this review. They sent it over in hopes that I would make a review. Ooh, I like how they package. By the way, iVANKY is probably one of the best docking stations that package their dock supplies here. It is not too heavy. You know where the weight comes from? The weight actually comes from the power supply. The dock is usually less intrusive and pretty easy to work with. And I will tell you right off the bat, this device, actually, there's the nice little grippy pads underneath. This device actually has a nice texture to it. It isn't a metal. It's probably more like a plastic finish on there, but you can just feel it and kind of see it in its little texture grooves right there. But obviously, there's the connection for the power supply. And your brick that's in here, we're going to look at that in just a moment, is going to be elsewhere. So this thing is pretty small and not very intrusive. There is your power button in the front. There is your micro SD, your regular SD, your headphone jack, which I appreciate these because instead of putting it directly inside of your Mac, you can just have it right in the front there and the wires aren't all in the way. So this is going to be the power supply, and I imagine the USB connections. So let's pull this out here. There's the USB. Here is the power brick. So as you can see, the power brick is actually pretty big. Here to your computer connecting in. And again, not intrusive at all. It's pretty much out of the way because it's not in the front, it's not in the back, and you can hide it pretty easily. Now, before I tell you about my experience with this, I want to tell you my experience with all the other docks and kind of rate them really quick on which ones I would recommend. Ultimately, my most favorite is the iVANKY. This one, it is ginormous. It really isn't, but this one, I don't even know. It's the iVANKY. I don't even know. It's funny. I don't know the name of it. It's in the link below. But this thing packs a huge punch in the back, and it does have 2 HDMI hookups, which for me personally is more than enough because I want the 120 hertz, and that's what I'm getting directly through my MacBook Pro M2 Max, because it does support HDMI 2.1. These all only support 2.0, and that's going to be all docking stations as of right now. Now, the runner-up that does offer a punch, but now I'm not sure actually if I think it is the runner-up. This is the CalDigit TS4. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And this has a ton of hookups as well. And you have a DisplayPort 1.4, which you can do an adapter and have HDMI on it. And it does offer, just like the iVANKY, the big one there, you've got the SD card and the micro SD card, and this slot is good. This is very nice, and you've got enough peripherals to work with here. And then I did do a review here with the Satechi, and the Satechi does offer 2 HDMI 2.0s at 4K 60 hertz, so you get 2 of those. And to mention on all of these so far, they are 2.5 gigabit for Ethernet. And then you've got your USB, your power, and again, the front, this only does have an SD card. It doesn't have a micro SD card, which is kind of a shame. For this is really nice. Now, to bring it all home to the one I'm reviewing and the one that I've had the experience to have over the last couple of months, is this iVANKY. Now, if you want simple and you want cheaper than the big iVANKY over there, and you are somebody that's looking for display ports for 4K 60, this is probably the one. It does have the 3 HDMI 2.0s that support 4K 60. You have the 2.5 gigabit. You have your Ethernet right there. And unlike the Satechi, it offers the micro SD and the regular SD instead of just the SD card here. Now, I am super blessed because these companies send me out these docking stations to review, and although they do not send me money in exchange, they send me these. And I have to give you my personal opinion. These are not the opinions of these companies, but here's the bias. I usually do not take anything that I haven't researched and know that I probably will like, because I really don't want to bash other people's products. And so CalDigit actually did not send me. I purchased this CalDigit on my own, and it is an amazing docking station. I love it. But the rest of the docking stations have been sent over to me. And I want to do a big thank you to all these companies that have sent it out. Again, they didn't tell me how to review, what to say, but I typically do my due diligence beforehand, so I know that I probably will like it and it will be applicable to many other people. Now, that being said, I don't need all of these. I am super blessed. Now, this channel does not make a ton of money. I know. You would think, Jared has 11,000 subscribers. This must be a huge income. This is an awesome hobby. I get to geek out with all of you, and I love it. I love cameras and I love tech. And so to help support this channel a little bit, I am going to sell these off to anybody that's interested, and to make it more worth your while. Now, obviously, these are in mint condition because I review them and I don't use them much after a few months just for the reviews. So depending on the docking station, I am going to be taking about $50 to $100 off of the retail cost of these and offering that up to you. Now, the way you can reach out to me directly is, first of all, follow me on Instagram, and then through Instagram, shoot me a message. Say, Jared, I'm interested in, I don't know, this iVANKY that I just reviewed, or the Saatchi. And I'll tell you the prices on these if you reach out to me. And then the Cal Digit. Now, to be perfectly honest, this Cal Digit was loved for a solid year, so it wasn't just a few months, but also at my desk and never moved. It was just used all the time. I love it. They're all in great condition. The only one I'm not selling is my big iVANKY. But this way, it would be cheaper for you to purchase one of these than to even use my affiliate link below. But if these are gone by the time that you reach out to me, you can use the affiliate link below. I try to keep them updated where you get the best deal on Amazon or B&H. And that way, you can actually bask in the glory of having an amazing docking station as well. Real quick though, I do want to let you know, because some people ask, I am using the R7 with a 15 to 35 at about 20 millimeters, 2.8. Right now, I've been using in the past couple of months since I've got the R5 II, typically the R5 II. Now at about 22 millimeters on an APS-C crop, it is very close to that 35 millimeter framing, except you have the depth of field of a 22 millimeter, which my face is actually a little bit skinnier. And I think in these interview styles on an APS-C or a Super 35 crop, which is a 1.5 opposed to the 1.6 times crop on a Canon, it is very appealing because it's not as compressed with these talking heads. And for your subjects, for your talent, it would be more probably flattering. And that's why I actually do come back to the R7 a lot of the times. Now, I bring up this point for one reason. I'm actually working on a video that is going to be talking about a lot of different formats out there and which one might be best for you. So stay tuned. It's going to be a more in-depth video in the field back here doing comparisons with lenses and on crops. And it's something I've been wanting to do for quite a while. And I think it will clear up a lot of different views. And the reason why I still have the R7 along with my full frame R5 II is because they complement each other in different ways. And it isn't really the reach, but it is the compression that you're getting with specific frames. So stay tuned for that. And if you haven't already, you might want to subscribe because boy, it's going to be a good video, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. It will be probably released in the next few weeks. I've been working on it. It's going to be epic. Now that is it for me, but forewarning, if you do reach out to me on Instagram, I am out of town, so I might not get back to you immediately, but I will look at the order of people that have reached out to me and I will try to respond immediately. So if you are interested in any of these docking stations, follow me on Instagram, which is right below, and I will see you over there. Oh, and you probably want to check out these videos because more than likely you are new to this channel and it is hot. Hot to trot, baby. Hot to trot.